Hey guys, Crew Blind With. I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
Calvin, we are finally doing our Q&A for Game of Thrones.
Yep.
The road so far. Oh yeah, we got Skittles. Okay, so we asked for Q&A questions after episode 10 of season 5.
Mm-hmm.
So the majority of them were like trying to find like little hidden ways to get you to realize L plus R equals J.
Yeah.
And then you gone and just figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
So, most of the questions we can't use then. But there were a lot of little cool questions. And, I didn't want to go too far, into like book speculation or anything that's going to be too quote-unquote spoilery, because we do have a new season coming up.
Right.
Over the next 10 weeks. Because I don't think Game of Thrones does breaks.
No breaks?
I think it's just 10 weeks.
Game of Thrones doesn't do any breaks.
I don't think so. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just start with these questions. I kind of just picked them at random. Ones that I liked, and if you didn't get in, I'm sorry, but we will be doing Q&As for every episode of Game of Thrones this season, so you can still get into those. So let's go and get started. We have, how do you say that name?
Aiden Scott.
Aiden Scott. He says, Q&A, which death upset you the most?
That's a difficult question.
Yeah, it is. If I have to go with hindsight is 2020, probably Eddard Stark.
Yeah.
Because you knew everything the guy had done.
Yes.
If I have to talk about just my sheer reaction in the moment, I knew the Red Wedding was coming. I did not know Barristan Selmy was going to die.
Yeah, that's true.
So probably Barristan Selmy for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
Knowing now everything that he did, not only then, but before, probably Eddard Stark as well.
Eddard?
I was really disappointed that Barristan Selmy died, because he was so freaking cool.
I know.
He was so cool, and he was so honorable.
No.
And he was so good.
I know. I know. I don't want to talk about it.
Undeserved.
Just not doing more Q&As. I'm set now.
That was it. One question.
If we had to talk about your reaction, though, probably the Red Wedding was most
definitely
debilitating to you.
Yeah, debilitating is a good word for that. Yeah, it just...
Like, if you take, after that happened, until the end of the video, which is like a half hour, and just sped it up, it's just kind of going. Because you have slight movements, when you're going fast.
Yeah.
You're just like, the whole time. It's sad. People liked it, though.
Well, good for them.
Yeah. You didn't really have a whole lot of time to process Jon Snow dying before I was just like, he might come back!
Right.
But, we'll see about that. We'll have to just keep watching the regular show for that. Anyway, let's move on to the next question, and that is Nick Martino. Q&A, what do you think will happen with Gendry? Now, if I remember
that's
correctly,
been something that I've been curious about for a long time.
Gendry was put in a boat by Davos, pointed a direction, and rowed. And he's
still
rowing, apparently.
Apparently, because we haven't seen him make landfall yet.
No, we haven't.
He could be in Bravos.
He could be somewhere, yeah, we don't know.
He could be a face in the room of faces.
Yeah, and I can't even speculate, because in the book, he ends up with the Brotherhood Without Banners. I think so. I think he's like in one of their villages, like blacksmithing for him.
Well, he was for a while.
Well, he was, but they sold him out to the Red Woman.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because they're in the book. There's another bastard of Robert's that they use for that plot line with the.
Okay,
the
so they hadn't killed them all except for Gendry.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just so many.
There was a few.
I think his name was Edric Storm.
Yeah.
Because he was from the Stormlands.
Cool.
So he was the one that was going to be sacrificed and then got taken away by Davos. So they kind of like used a character that we already loved and did that.
I mean, it was kind of like Roz.
Yeah.
As being every whore.
She was every whore. Yeah. And then she died and no one cared about the whores anymore.
No one cared about the whores anymore.
But what do you think will happen? Like, if you had to speculate, Gendry makes landfall. What does he do? What's the future of that character? Is he important, or?
I mean, he's gonna try and do the right thing for the realm. I mean, that's what he was trying to do with Brotherhood Without Banners. He was wanting to do his own thing, but still do it for the right reason. I mean, he didn't want to be anybody's slave or servant or anything like that, but he still wanted to help people.
See, we knew he was going to the Night's Watch with Yoren.
Yeah.
And then he got caught, went to Harrenhal, and then the Brotherhood Without Banners, and then to Dragonstone. I don't know. He still has the blood of Robert Baratheon. We know King's blood is important.
I mean, he could become like, hey, I want to be more on the front lines and get a big fucking hammer like his dad.
Oh my gosh.
That would be so amazing.
I know. And he has that helmet that he made for himself,
right?
The bull's head. That would be great. I would love that. I would love for him and Arya to meet back up.
Right.
That way you have
they've
the
all,
daughter of Eddard Stark and the son of Rob Baratheon.
That would be amazing.
Make me cry. But I mean, one of the things is like, did Stannis die? And if so, do the Baratheons...
See, I'm not sure that he's dead. Like, I'm like 60% sure that he's still alive.
See, me too, but then you have all these people going, well, the producer said he's dead. I'm like, well, the
producer is paid to say what he's paid to say so that he doesn't spoil shit for show watchers.
Benedict Cumberbatch definitely wasn't Khan, right? That's what JJ said.
Right?
And then he's Khan.
He's Khan.
So, I don't know. I have to assume that he's dead, I think. I don't know. But if he is, could maybe Gendry, like, be legitimized as a Baratheon heir? Because we obviously know Joffrey and them weren't. You know? Yeah. I don't know. If all the other bastards are dead, Stannis had no son. His daughter is dead.
He certainly, at this point...
Renly's dead.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't feel like he is the right man for the land anymore. He's gone past that. He's accepted his death.
Yeah.
As being like the easy way out. So maybe meeting up with Gendry would be a good thing, you know. It would like reinvigorate him. It would give him cause to be a good man again.
You mean Stannis?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's possible.
And it would be cool if Gendry and Sansa met up. That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, he'd probably like her more than he did Arya.
Yeah,
he liked Arya, but
he liked Arya, but Arya was...
He liked the red woman when she showed up, and Sansa does have that red hair, so I don't know.
Yeah, she does have that red hair.
I wouldn't mind that. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, so on Gendry, I don't know. I love that actor. We'll see. I just want that moment whenever he was on the ship and she looks up and he's like, you know, my house, my home is, you know, the streets.
He's on Flea Bottom.
Yeah, Flea Bottom, and she's like, you are the bastard of Robert Baratheon, first of his name, King of the Andals. I'm like, fuck, yes!
I know his name.
And it's playing his song, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that brings a little tear to my eye. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on with Gendry. Stannis, I don't know.
Hard to say.
But Gendry at least has the possibility, I think.
Yeah.
So, we'll go ahead and move on to the next question, and that is Lorai Lapanen, right? Okay.
Lapanen?
Sure.
Not sure.
Q&A. This question is for both Eric and Calvin. Do you think Dany will take her first steps in Westeros in Season 6? If not, when do you think it will happen? Also, who do you think are the possible allies for her conquering Westeros? So, Dany, we've been waiting for this, kind of.
We have been. I was hoping it was going to happen in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Just because her dragons were big enough to fly and she could just literally ride them across.
But, I mean, the Harpies did take Drogon out a little bit.
They hurt on him.
And there's probably, like, what, maybe 100?
Yeah.
I mean, the dragons of old, Aegon conquered Westeros with his dragons, you know?
There was a dragon big enough to burn Harrenhal.
Yeah.
And everyone in it. That's a big fucking dragon.
I know, it is. But this is the thing, like, Season 2... At the end, you know, and she got her dragons back, and she's like, thinking to buy a ship, and he was like, oh, a small ship. I'm like, yes! Going to Westeros! You know.
Right.
I was kind of hoping maybe the show would, like, speed things up with that. Even though I still enjoy it, especially because Tyrion's there.
Right. I'm kind of 50-50 on she goes to Westeros, just because I love seeing Tyrion give good advice to somebody who needs it, rather than just some asshole who's trying to take all the power for themselves because they hate people.
Well, the reason that she hasn't gone yet is because she feels like she needs to learn how to rule before she goes and conquers something, right? Which is a responsible thing to do.
Conquer is not the same thing as a ruler.
Yeah. And then she didn't go before that because she didn't have any money. Now she has money, but does she have power? Not necessarily, because the Harpies have kind of screwed things up. But she's now in the possession, I guess, of the Dothraki.
Yeah.
If she can use Drogon to conquer them, unite all of them, I don't know. Then she suddenly has cavalry, right? How you say it?
Yeah, cavalry.
Yeah. Then she has horses. You know, she's got dragons. She has an army and dragons and wealth. I really do that in Season 6 we see that. Maybe we'll talk about it in next time when we watch the trailer, because there's one shot in there that I'm like, what's happening with this? I obviously don't know, but I got some ideas. So, as of right now, what do you think are the possible allies for her in Westeros?
I would say if he's in the position, definitely Littlefinger. Just because Because.
Just because.
Yeah, chaos, ladder, whatnot. Son of a bitch.
That is chaos. I think that, so if our theories are correct that Jon comes back and he leads wildlings against the Boltons, who were put there by the Lannisters, who now control King's Landing, if Dany comes to conquer,
then that might be a enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Jon Snow and Daenerys.
Yeah. That would be very cool.
Yeah.
It would be cool if
and Tyrion's
like
there.
The dragons like sensed it and they were like, "Oh yeah, there's another dragon over here. You can ride him."
And it might also help because, well, Jon, even though he'd be like, "Yeah, fuck these guys," he's also like, "Hey, there's an army of ice zombies back here. You happen to have giant walking furnaces,
right?
Let's do some
magic
shit.
Fire. Yeah,
Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah."
So
that's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, I know. So I would imagine that could be a possibility. Unfortunately, I don't like them, but maybe the Sand Snakes and Dorne, because they don't like the Lannisters.
They don't like the Lannisters.
No.
See, I don't think there's a whole lot of animosity there, just because there was never much. I mean, there was a threat, but I mean, there was never. They never bowed. They never conquered. So they still have that pride.
Yeah. And I mean, they don't fear the dragons like everybody else does because they were never conquered by them.
They were never conquered by them. Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. See that, and then one of my personal favorite characters that's kind of left the story is the Blackfish. Remember him?
Yeah.
He went to go take a piss, and the Red Wedding happened. We never heard from him again.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to ask about him.
Yeah.
If there's anything in the books about him.
Yeah.
But
I think he definitely would join with Jon. So he could be maybe the Tullys in the.
I mean, he's still related to him.
Yeah.
Technically,
yeah, and just by honor. And
yeah, it's
revenge.
His supposed mother's brother. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so that was a good question. Camille, Demige 3 Q&A. Who do you think will sit on the Iron Throne at the end of the day, and who should sit on the Iron Throne? So who should do it? Maybe who do you want, and who do you think? Maybe two different questions. Like, I think Tyrion would be awesome on the Iron Throne. I don't think he'd ever do it. I don't think it'd ever happen. He doesn't have a claim to it. Maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of people who I think would be really good as the Supreme Ruler. Tyrion.
Yeah.
Varys.
Ooh, Varys, huh?
Jon Snow. Dany.
Yeah. Them together.
Yeah.
Sitting on all.
I mean, that like squished in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dany's certainly being the try-hard and trying to be the good ruler and everything, so...
True, but if we remember what Ramsay said in season 4, I think, he said, if you think there's going to be a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. So, that leads us into who will. Who do we think will happen, regardless of what we want? By the way, I thought Stannis would have been good until he burned his daughter.
Right.
Davos, he would have been good.
He would have been good.
Absolutely no way to do it, though. But,
absolutely. I mean, it was hard enough to get him talked into being a Hand of the King.
Yeah.
He did not want any of that.
Just looking at the stories, though, who could it be? I mean, it could be Littlefinger.
I didn't want to bring it up, but all the shit that he's pulled and has worked out for him.
I don't think the High Sparrow would ever go for that.
No. But at that point, High Sparrow might not be in the picture.
Well, true. But I mean, like, I don't think he'll ever go for the throne, too.
Oh, you mean...
Yeah, I don't think he cares about that.
I don't know. To serve the gods? I mean, there is still that possibility.
It's true.
He's at least closer.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's got royalty kind of where he wants them.
You know, well, everybody fights. There's an awesome battle. Then everybody dies. The only person left is Gendry out in Rowan. And they're like, well, you're the closest thing we have to the king. Sit him on there. Give him his helmet. That's it.
Give him his helmet. That's it.
That's the end of Game of Thrones.
It just fades to black credits?
Yeah.
Could be.
A plus C equals G. Gendry.
Right. Gendry.
He's our son. Next question. Azor Ahai. I think is how you say it.
I think so.
That's a prophecy thing from Game of Thrones that I didn't really want to go into because they might bring it up in the show, they might not. But if they ever do, we'll talk about it then. We've got a lot of time to talk.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says, Q&A, Calvin, who should kill Ramsay? A, Sansa Stark. B, Jon, if he comes back. And C, Theon Greyjoy.
Who should or who will?
Who should? Who has the greatest claim to taking that life? I would like to see Theon do it.
I would like to see Reek do it.
We forgot about our Reek shirts.
Yeah,
We
we should have worn those.
We'll do that for the trailer.
For the trailer?
Yeah. I'd like to see Theon. Not Reek.
Theon Greyjoy.
Yes.
Take his name back.
Shit.
Yeah. In his mouth.
No. Take his dick, put it on his.
No.
I'm sure Qyburn could do it.
Be a dead dick.
A dwarf dick!
It's not that small.
Guess again.
I love that one. Guess again.
Alright, well, what do you think? Who do you think should kill Ramsay?
I think Theon should kill Ramsay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be cool. See, Sansa is like in that position where she's finally got a backbone.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, she ran away.
Yeah.
But that takes some guts. Jump off that wall.
Yeah, she does have some lingering hate,
Mm-hmm.
but now at least she like understands what Reek has been through.
Sure.
So maybe there's going to be a little bit of forgiveness there. Maybe they'll get together, whatnot. I don't know. Happy endings. Screw them in Game of Thrones.
I feel like she's... Man. Skittles! I feel like she's had so many different opportunities to kill Ramsay so far, and she hasn't taken it. Like, they're at dinner. She has a knife. She could have slit his throat. Yeah, she'd be killed.
But he'd still be dead.
He'd be dead. You know?
I think...
But maybe murder suicide's not the way to go.
I mean, I think what Littlefinger said to her, she's trying it out.
Yeah.
You know? Use your womanly ways or whatever.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to get to that point where she can actually like stomach all of the bullshit.
Well, I don't know if she got there though.
I don't think she got there.
I think that they'll be on the run. I hope that it's not like episode 1. Like, we got him.
Yeah, the dogs hunted him down
Yeah.
and tore him apart.
And they cut off
Shit.
Freak's new dick.
Where did he get a new one?
Qyburn.
Shit. Qyburn just met them in the woods and found the dick.
There you go. I didn't need this pot. I only needed the head.
Oh my gosh.
You thin? No, I'm not. And I'm big and heavy. Youth and Revolution. Q&A. Who is the best fighter you've seen on this show thus far, I'm assuming? Living or dead? Who's the best?
That's a really tough question.
Now, I know that the best fighter was Barristan Selmy.
Yeah.
But we didn't really get to see it in the show.
We didn't get to see it.
Eddard's fight was very good, him and Jaime. And that was Jaime at his prime.
Yeah, Jaime at his prime, and Jaime was surprised.
Now, in the show, I think Eddard was very, very good. In the book, he's known to be more of an average swordsman. Jaime's always supposed to be one of the best swordsmen.
Right.
But they still fought. Robert, probably, for me.
Robert was just a tank of a man.
Yeah. He's my favorite. I would like to see...
7 hells, Ned.
Anyway, what's your answer, you think?
Brienne was very good.
Yeah.
What about, shoot, I can't think of his name. Martell.
Oberyn?
Oberyn Martell.
He was a very good fighter as well.
I mean, he
beat
the mountain.
Yeah.
He just didn't follow through.
He Darth Mauled.
It's a good way to put it. He Darth Mauled.
If I could, I'm going to amend this question. If I could pick 2 people, living or dead, to fight, who would you pick?
Oh, shit.
I got mine. Robert Baratheon from the Battle of the Trident.
Oh.
Khal Drogo.
Oh.
Let's see it.
Oh. Yeah.
That'll be the best.
That would be amazing.
There needs to be like a Game of Thrones Street Fighter.
Or
where
like
you could do that stuff.
a death battle.
Or death battle too. But I mean like a game, a video game.
Yeah.
That way you could just do anybody. You could do Arya versus Cersei.
That'd be fun.
Cersei's fighting with her cheekbones.
It's your one redeeming quality. Other than your cheekbones.
Exactly.
I would like to see Faceless Man.
Ooh. Jaqen
Hagar. And maybe Oberyn Martell. That would be a very interesting matchup, I think.
That would.
Unusual, maybe not.
I mean, the
best
Faceless
fighters,
Men,
but...
we've always seen them as stealth assassins. Never really seen them in a actual fight yet, have we? Maybe we will in this season. Anyway, good question, and I took it over, but still good question. Okay, Andrew Mel says, Q&A, do you think the Hound will come back? And if so, how? Is he dead? Wait to answer that question first.
I don't think so. Jaqen has, I don't know, there was a comment that he made that made me think, oh, he knows that he's not dead.
Well, he knows that Arya cared for him.
Yeah.
Remember? He was like, you cared for this person. She's like, I did not. And he slaps her.
Yeah.
Hits with a stick. Same thing. Yeah, she said, I killed him. Did he? I don't know if he didn't hit her when he said, I killed him. I don't know. I personally don't think he's dead. But I'm not going to speculate too much because there's a popular theory from the book that uses information we haven't seen yet.
Right.
So I'm not going to go into it. But I am a firm believer of what is called the Gravedigger theory. So we'll see. But if you think that so how would he survive? I mean, he was left in the wilderness.
With a broken leg.
I mean, he couldn't have moved. That doesn't mean someone found him. I don't know. But do you want him back?
I would like to see him back, yeah. He was definitely a very, very cool character.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a good character, or one that I would want to see succeed thoroughly.
Well,
but definitely an entertaining one.
True. And speaking of entertaining, there is one thing I'd like them to see do. We know there's an upcoming trial by combat for Cersei Lannister. Yes. We know that she'll probably pick Robert Strong, a.k.a. the Mountain with the Dwarf Head.
Right.
The Dwarf Head. As champion, right? So that means the Faith needs a champion. If Sandor Clegane comes back, what if he's selected as the champion for the Faith? And then you have...
the Faith found him and healed him and converted him?
Maybe. Or just found him and healed him. I don't know if you can convert him.
I don't know.
But he could fight for you. It just depends. I don't know.
Yeah, Sandor wouldn't be converted. He'd be like...
Fuck the gods. Or
yeah.
I don't know. But
I mean, if you took him in and healed him and everything, he'd be like, thank you, but
if you
don't expect me to change
if you gave him an opportunity
to fight
his brother,
even if his brother's already dead.
And coming back to that entertaining thing you said earlier, I think that Clegane Bowl is something everybody wants.
Clegane Bowl is definitely something I want.
Hype.
We want hype.
If it happens this season, I'm not going to say I'm going to do something.
I'm going to eat that throne.
No, because they'll make it. Don't say that. I was going to say something stupid.
Don't rewrite the show.
But if it happened, they'll be like, he's got to eat a throne. So we had to make a throne out of Skittles or something.
Yeah.
How would you make a throne out of Skittles? You chew them up and make them into a throne? That's gross. That'd be so you could do it.
I could chew them up and then make them into a throne and then eat it.
Sure.
That'd be like...
could, stack them. Doesn't work.
That would be so hard.
Good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah. Elif Yalabuk. There's a lot of cool names on here that I can't say. He says, Q&A, Calvin, dragons or direwolves? What do you prefer? Do you
direwolves.
So you like the doggies?
The big doggies.
And you don't prefer the dragons?
I mean, it's a very close run for me. Dragons are so much more useful.
But they're not as tame.
They're not as tame. Yeah. They're definitely not as inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm. And if you're Bran, you can warg into your direwolf.
Well, if you're Bran, you might be able to warg into a dragon.
Mm-hmm. Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. That might solve the wild and furious and angry dragon problem.
It could. I would probably pick direwolves too. I think they're badass.
They are.
Dragons are cool, but I'd be afraid of getting, they just see me one day, being like, man, there's a lot of meat on that. There's a lot of meat on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Of course, I guess direwolves do the same thing.
Yeah, but I bet if you've bonded with your direwolf, they're going to be
Yeah, and I think that, if my direwolf comes at me, I could probably... I have a chance of, choking him out.
Right.
I don't know how you do with the dragon.
Just, stuffing your fist down his throat or something.
I'm trying to choke a dragon.
On those spines and stuff.
Direwolf.
Yeah.
Okay, Onion Knight, which is Davos, right?
Ah, yes.
Q&A, do you think the White Walkers are purely evil? Or do they have some reasoning as to what they're doing?
I don't think they're killing people just to kill them.
Yeah?
I definitely think that there is a reason that they're doing this.
But is it an evil reason? Are they just a force of nature? And can you is a tornado evil, even though it can kill hundreds of people? It's not evil.
It's not doing it with the intent of killing people. It's just...
It just is.
It just is.
So are the White Walkers is?
Are the White Walkers is?
Yeah. Do they come with winter, or do they...
I think they cause the
winter.
winter.
They cause the long night. Because winter happens every, 10 years or something like that. But they haven't come back for thousands of years. But do they cause the long winter? Or can they only come when the long winter comes? It's an interesting question.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like it's kind of like Avatar with the. You haven't seen Avatar?
I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's kind of like Avatar with the fire and the meteor.
Oh no, you mean Avatar: Last Airbender?
Last
I
Airbender.
thought you meant about the big blue cats.
No.
I haven't seen Avatar yet.
Okay. I'll stop talking there. But
There's-
you guys know what I mean.
There's fire guys with a comment. Spoilers.
Yeah, with a comment.
Okay. Comment.
They have a comment.
Hey guys, like your video from Zuko. I know that name, right? Zuko. Suko.
Suko.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Shit. You said you saw it!
I haven't.
Son of a bitch, Eric!
I thought you meant say the Last Airbender. Can't say Avatar. Have you seen Star? Oh yeah, I love Spock. I meant Wars.
That's not the same thing, though!
Okay. So if they're not pure evil, if they're coming for a reason, what reason do they have? Maybe they want to make sure the wall's good. They're going to create their own Night's Watch. Like, stay out of our land, eh?
Make them Canadians.
They come up and take all our Timmies.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
We have a gift card that we still haven't used.
I've used it.
Have you?
I had chili the other
You
day.
son of a bitch.
Yeah. What? You can use anything you want. Hey, that was a gift.
Ew.
I forgot people were here. The camera was on. Okay, so if he's not, if they're not evil, what was their reasoning? Racist? What's evil?
It's so hard to talk and think
You have
with
a
this
lot of skills
good
in
taste
that.
in my mouth.
That's what she said.
They definitely have a reason for what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're very systematic.
They raise the dead.
They raise the dead, but they also have rules. They have conditions.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you serve them, they don't attack you. Or at least apparently they don't.
As long as you give them babies with Craster, that's true. Maybe they did. Maybe it's a population thing.
So
Like,
I'm thinking it's kind
Maybe
of
they
like
have to. Yeah, they have to come and they have to we just don't have any women. They have to come and take over every 1,000 years to repopulate their land. Never thought about that. Huh.
I don't know.
Solved it. It's population crisis. They take babies and turn them into more White Walkers.
Oh. Could be.
That was a transformation. So that's probably what it is. We solved it. You're
could be.
welcome.
How long do these things live then? Like
they
1,000 years?
I think they said. Didn't they say they slept under the ice? So maybe they hibernate.
Like vampires?
Sure. Why not? They have zombies. Some vampires have ghouls. Okay. Oi! Slap says Q&A. Calvin, what do you think about Ollie's betrayal? Seeing as though he saved John from Ygritte, what do you think about Ollie's betrayal? This is one of the things that you missed in between the long wait is the hate this child got.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
He had a very traumatic experience
Mm-hmm.
in his village. Everybody got killed and eaten.
And eaten.
Except for him.
Yeah.
He came to the Night's Watch because he wanted to kill wildlings.
Well, he came because they told him to run there. And then
Yeah.
he became, and then he's like, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to stop these fuckers that ate
Right.
my mom and dad.
And then he feels betrayed because John is like, hey, these people are like us.
Yeah.
No, they're not like us. They just ate my mom and dad.
I know.
So,
But I think
he's very impressionable.
he is. He's exactly what the other Night's Watch members are, just a much shorter time. I mean, all they hear about is all the terrible things wildlings do. And anytime rangers go out to see what's going on, they kill them and bring them back, and they're dead,
Right.
And then they're trying to attack your wall that you've sworn your life to protect and not allow anybody through. Then this young kid gets elected, and I guess he's kind of cool, and he's pretty,
Right.
and, we don't get a lot of women up here, but anyway, he's letting people in. And they're like, hey, kid, it sucks, doesn't it? He's like, I guess. I don't know. Let's kill him.
You want to kill him?
All right. For the watch. So, I don't judge Ollie. I think he's wrong.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't blame Ollie for his decision, but he's definitely wrong.
I mean, Alice Warren's an asshole. I do kind of blame him.
Yeah,
But
he's been like that the whole time.
He has, but he's
Even though he
always...
knows that they can't defend the wall.
I know, but whenever Jon took over, he still, Jon made him first ranger, and he still listened to Jon to the point where he thought, Jon has now betrayed us all, so I have to do something about this,
Right.
He thinks he's doing the right thing. The best antagonists are the people that think they're the hero of the story.
Right.
With Alliser, I can blame him, but I'm going to blame Jon Snow the most, because he got back and didn't tell anybody, like, fuckers! Do you know what I just saw?
Right?
Do you know what's coming? We need people. We need men, or we will all die. It's not like I like these guys, and I had sex with one of them. So I guess we're all
she's
cool.
dead.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, fucking, there's a Night's King out there. And he raised his hand and he looked at me when he was doing it. You know, his guys got up.
Sam knows.
Yeah, we gotta man this fucking wall. I don't know. Sam does know, but then Sam left.
Yeah.
He wanted to go be a Meister.
An old time.
Anyway, I don't blame Ollie.
No, I don't blame him.
But if
Alistair Thorne, he's just...
I like him too, that's the thing. I like Alistair.
I respect him on a certain level, but I do not like him.
I agree.
Either that or I do like him and I hope he dies.
I don't... If he was a person in my life, I wouldn't like him.
Yeah.
But I like watching him. I like when he was in command of the wall and he's like, Did I say draw, you cunts?
Yeah.
Does fucking draw mean loose? No, sir. Good cunts. I like that. Anyway, so we'll see where that's going to go, but I think that's going to be early in the season, so we might know pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. And I think the next one is the last one.
Okay.
So we're ending on this with Handsund
Jason Lee.
Nice. Q&A. Which character that are dead on the show but still alive in the books? Let's not even say that. Which character that's dead in the show would you want to bring back? Because Calvin can't answer the original one, so I'm changing it. Thank you, Jason. Who would you pick?
That's a really tough question. I only get one.
Only one. One character.
Because there's a lot of really useful characters.
Yeah, but
like bring them back exactly the way they were when they died.
I would have to say yeah. Well,
or
not
like
exactly.
they were living the whole time.
Not like bring back Meister Aemon and he just dies from the old age again. Not that.
No, that's stupid.
You get to bring him back and they're part of the story again.
Okay.
Fucking the Night King comes in and he's like, roar, and then does some magic thing and they're like, roar, and they're not zombies.
And they're not zombies.
Yeah, that's what happens. Then he leaves. He fucks off. That's the only reason he came down. To revive your character.
Maybe Rhaegar or Eddard.
Yeah.
I really want to say Robert, but just because he's a good tactician, he's a good fighter.
Yeah. Well,
but
he was.
He was.
Yeah.
I'm sure he still has the mind.
He
of
does.
a fighter. And also Barristan.
Barristan.
I mean, he's so cool.
Yeah.
He's such a good advisor.
True.
But it would be cool to have Rhaegar there because Rhaegar, yeah, because he knows about dragons.
True.
And if you bring him back at the point that he died, he was an awesome fighter.
He was a good fighter.
He was apparently a good man.
Good person.
And it would be awesome to have Rhaegar
and he would be
Jon
Jon's father.
Snow in the same scene.
That would be good. I would like that.
That would be amazing. I have to pick him.
Okay.
Just because I'm curious. I'm intrigued.
That's a good answer. I like that answer.
And I want to see him.
So you're going Rhaegar. I'm going to go Khal Drogo. Maybe. I would like
Khal Drogo could take the Khalasar back.
Yeah. We don't know if he's dead, but I'd like Benjen Stark back.
Yeah.
Of course I'd like Eddard. That's a good one. You know what? That old man that died.
that died.
He's
like,
with the Hound.
Fucking thirsty.
That guy. He was.
That's where the heart is.
I immediately loved that guy. Bring him back.
That guy was like.
Sit him on the Iron Throne.
Right?
And then maybe Robb Stark and Grey Wind, of course. Lady would be good. I don't know. I have to pick one though. I'm probably going to go...
It would be really cool to have Tywin back, too. I mean, he's a bastard.
Yeah, he is, but...
He's an asshole, but he is so cool.
He is cool.
His screen presence is amazing.
I know. And then Oberyn, too.
Oberyn. Oh,
if I had to pick one, it might be Oberyn, because I just loved him.
So entertaining.
Yeah. So maybe
like,
Oberyn.
I have to say that about him. He is possibly the shortest known and shortest lived character, but he was like so suave and badass.
I think I'm going to pick Oberyn, and you're going to pick Rhaegar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they'll get along.
Probably not.
But anyway, Calvin, that's all the questions we have. That was a nice long Q&A.
Yeah.
We had a lot of cool questions. We're not going to do any more before the season starts, so all I will say is make sure you're back here either Sunday night or Monday morning.
Yeah.
Because we'll have our reaction and our thoughts afterwards on the shows. And then we'll do a Q&A probably... Probably like midweek. I don't know. Whenever we can get the Q&As out.
Yeah.
At least before the next show's up. So
definitely.
That's going to be it for this video. This will probably go up, and then we'll put up our reaction to the Season 6 Trailer 2.
Yeah.
We'll do that after this. So, okay? So make sure you guys watching out for that. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button down below. Also down there is links to our social media in the description box.
Yep.
In the comments, do you guys have any theories or any favorite characters? You can answer these questions as well if you'd like. You guys can give your answers and debate and have a whole lot of fun doing that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say no spoilers, but some people probably won't follow. I don't know. Probably no spoilers. Try not to go too deep into spoiler territory with those answers, because there's gonna be people watching this that
haven't seen everything yet.
Yep. Now that we're getting into the new season, guys, there will be a no spoiler policy in our comments.
Yeah.
Because everything's already been out for a while, we were cool with the first 50 episodes, but from now on, just for the sake of, that's genuinely Blind Ways policy. It's so much more fun if you don't know what's going on.
It is. If I had been spoiled for literally anything.
Yeah, it would not have been as good.
It wouldn't have been as good for me or for you guys.
The only thing we do is we watch the trailers before the season. We will not be watching promos and sneak peeks like mid-season or anything like that. Okay? So, that's all the information you need, blindwave.net, for anything else, and we'll see you guys back here for the reaction to the second trailer.
Yep.
Calvin. I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
Calvin. Button.